Can you actually, there's a, fuck. Can you explain to me what significance this has to you?
Jesus
It's a bottle
Christ.
of Kahlua for the camera.
Okay.
What is that?
All right.
What is that about? Welcome to Get Physical, the show where we do a deep dive into the lives of your favorite filmmakers through physical media. Our first ever guest is a legend in the independent film scene. He's a writer, director, producer, and actor who's won awards at many major film festivals like South by Southwest and Sundance. You might know him from projects like Thunder Road, The Wolf of Snow Hollow, The Beta Test, or as the dramatized version of Bill Hader in the final episode of Barry. His newest project, The Screener, is taking shots at talent agencies and screener culture in the film industry, and just had its world premiere at Sundance. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jim Cummings.
Woo!
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Happy to be here.
How's it going?
Really well.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. We have a few things in common, actually. We're both multi-hyphenate filmmakers. We both have birthdays on national holidays.
What's your birthday?
December 24th.
Mine's Halloween. Okay,
Exactly,
wow.
yeah. And we've both been in the Criterion Closet of
Yes,
sorts.
we have.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
So what's your relationship with physical media?
I grew up digging through crates in New Orleans trying to find the Criterion logo on the spine. So on the spine of a Criterion, spoiler, sorry. Hey, New Orleans, you can see the Criterion collection. So I would turn my head sideways and walk down in a video store and try and find it. And it became my film education.
All right, well, before we get started, we did want to set like a cozy movie vibe. So we got some of your favorite movie theater go-to snacks, so.
Get the fuck out.
This is, I heard.
Oh
Red
my
Vines.
God.
So if you want to.
Who told you I was into Red Vines? I used to have these and then get a Coke Icy, and you can bite off both ends and it becomes a straw.
Yeah.
And then you can drink the Coke Icy through there. And it
I've
becomes...
never been a Red Vines guy. I've always been a Twizzlers guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Twizzlers taste a bit too much like wax. I like these, they're a bit more
that's why
like
I
a
like it.
Swedish fish. All right, well, there you go. So this is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Right.
This is the first film that I ever worked on that was a studio movie. This is one of the reasons why I am making movies. So it's
Yeah, well, that one and also this one right here. Fight Club.
Okay,
Big Fincher guy.
I saw it as a very cool movie when I was lonely and 14 growing up in New Orleans. And it made me feel less lonely, and it made me feel less 14. It's I think I missed a lot of the parody or the jokes about toxic masculinity. It went completely over my head at that age, and now I can appreciate it fully as a woke adult.
So, well, you met Fincher.
Oh my
on the
God!
side of
Where did you get this? Look at this kindergartner.
Yeah, how old were you in that? Was that
18?
on the set of Benjamin Button, or was that a
This
different?
was on the set of Benjamin Button.
Right.
That's me and Uncle Dave. Okay, so there's a story behind this photograph. My brother had the camera, and this is the most cringe that I've ever felt in my life because he showed me footage from Zodiac and Benjamin Button before they came out, and I was enamored, and I've been a fan of his for forever, and up until this age, basically. And then I said, can I get a picture? And he said, yeah, sure. And I put my hand like this, and I said, America's greatest director, and David Fincher. And my brother took the picture, and I turned to him expecting him to laugh, because it's clearly a joke. I was 18 years old, and he goes, did you get the picture? And I went, yep, thanks, and I left. And I think about it every night.
So you went to Emerson for college, and then straight out of that, you made your first feature, No Flood Wall Here.
I did.
And yeah, can you kind of tell me what you remember about that?
This is very frightening. Now I'm curious as to how you know all of this. Okay.
Just do my research.
Okay.
Just do my research.
This is a real journalist thing. This is a real thing. Okay.
That's clipped.
Yeah, so I made a feature after college in 2009. I had a bunch of friends come down from Boston, and we had a Red camera together. And it was like, all right, well, let's shoot something on this new camera. And we made a feature in 3 or 4 weeks. We all stayed at my parents' house, and it was terrible. And the movie ended up not coming out, and it played at one film festival. New Orleans Film Festival played it, and I remember after the screening thinking, I'm never going to make anything boring ever again.
Right. Yeah, you were at that creek or the canal or whatever.
How do you know about this?
I mean, there's the half-submerged shopping cart.
This is awful. Yes, that's true.
The canal. Yeah.
I walked out of the movie theater, sat next to a canal, and looked at a half-submerged shopping cart, and I was like, I never want to feel this bad ever again. I quit. I was like, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. But when you kind of look at where you were there compared to now, like how important is failure to you as a filmmaker? Like how important was it that you had to make that and really like understand that you have to make something?
In every other performing art than film, it's so important to fail.
Right.
In acting, you start out in an acting class bombing. You're around all these people, you're trying stuff out, none of it works, and you're humiliating yourself so that when the time comes to be on camera in something big, you don't feel nervous anymore. Stand-up comedy, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
With stand-up, it's important to bomb because then you learn, maybe it's not me, it's the crowd. With film, if you make something that's not very great, or it doesn't hit an audience as big as you'd hoped, most people think I'm never going to do this again, or the audience is wrong, and the audience is very rarely wrong.
Yeah.
So it was very important to fail. It was very important to bomb, and I think it made me a much better filmmaker because I said that I'm never going to make another boring film.
Absolutely.
I hope I haven't.
What's this next one? And
Get the fuck out. So this is Captain America: Winter Soldier. This is the second Captain America film.
Yeah. Love Marvel.
By Marvel. Love them. Can't get enough. If you see that short, is now a good time.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I'm with Marvel Disney.
So I was a production assistant at Industrial Light and Magic in the Presidio, and I worked on this film. It was the first film that I worked on for Marvel, and I actually play Captain America in about 4 shots in the film.
Oh, actually?
Because
I thought that's a joke.
no, it's true.
Sure.
Because one day they needed to get some running cycles, and so I had to put on a mocap suit and then run around.
You were working on a scene with Scarlett Johansson where she like takes this mask off her face,
do you
and
know
the
that?
first time it happened, it was like magic because they didn't add like all the extra stuff. But
So
it was
yeah,
like
it was a shot of Scarlett Johansson walking through this lobby, but it was a different woman as it started out. The shot is a different woman, and she does this with her hand, and then it becomes Scarlett Johansson. And the first time it came up on the big screen, I went, "Oh my God, how did they do that?"
Yeah.
And then they stopped it, and they said, "Stop it, stop it, stop it. Marvel's not gonna like that because it doesn't look enough like an effect. Let's just do some gold shimmer, let's do some stuff."
Yeah.
And it wasn't magic anymore. It was like, it had to look fake.
Right.
Because that's what audiences want to see. And that's not what audiences want to see. They want to see magic. It was so devastating to my spirit that I was like,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to turn in and my 2 weeks notice. I think I'm done.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did that experience kind of inform your career now, like how you view the studio system and like how it informs a lot of the stories that you're creating now?
I mean, that was my first real introduction to legacy corporate entertainment, and it is a lot of people who don't know how to edit a YouTube video. You're taking notes from people in a vacuum who don't actually want to be doing this, and they're trying to impress everybody on their floor, and everything is in this silo of cheesy stuff where it's like bad taste, no artisanship, no real respect for the craft, and it doesn't make good movies.
After you made No Flood Wall, you kind of did a bunch of jobs. You worked with Lil Dicky, produced some of his music videos. You worked at ILM. You also worked at College Humor.
I did.
Can you actually? Can you explain to me what significance this has to you?
Jesus
It's a
fucking
bottle of
Christ.
Kahlua for the camera.
Okay.
What is that?
All right.
What is that about?
So after I won Sundance in 2016, in the same program was a director named Ben Berman, who got me my first job acting in commercials. He was directing a Kahlua commercial, and they needed a spokesperson for Kahlua. And so I said, yeah, I'll do it. And then we shot some pretty humiliating Kahlua commercials over 3 days, and it was brutal. But
Like this
like
one?
that, yeah, like that one.
Yeah. This is a great look. Do you still have that sweater, or was that just like a...
That's all wardrobe. I don't have that sweater. Thank you. I didn't know this was going to be humiliation pornography
Well,
for Jim today.
just doing my research. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one.
So, this movie is an absolute masterpiece. Anybody that has seen it will know. It is directed by Trey Edward Schultz, and it is one of the things that got me off of the couch to do stuff. I saw this film in March of 2015, and then was directing and acting in the Thunder Road short by October 10th, 2016.
Wow. You had a story about how like immediately after you left the screen, you like called up your entire family.
I did.
How did this film kind of get you over that fear of directing that your first feature gave you?
So I forgot that I did that. I can't believe that you remembered it, and I didn't. It reminded me of what is possible with movies, where you can shoot something at your mom's house and get an audience around the world to fall in love with characters and really be moved by it. And it's devastating, but it's very funny, and the cast is incredible.
So that was a debut feature. We're gonna have you blind rank 5 directorial debuts.
Oh, fuck. This is gonna be tough.
And
I'm not gonna...
yeah, you're gonna...
I have to be honest?
Yeah, completely honest. We're gonna go with the first one here.
Get Out.
Yeah.
Get Out is fucking great.
Yeah, you can put it on the
Get
board.
Out is a 5-star.
No, this is the bottom.
This is the bottom.
This is the bottom.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is unbelievable. It's like Rebecca, the Hitchcock film, and it is terrifying and very funny. If you don't make jokes throughout your movies, your audience will.
Here's the second one.
Fuck. This movie is excellent.
Reservoir Dogs.
This movie is another 5-star movie. This movie is unbelievable. Tim Roth is so good in this film. Harvey Keitel is so good in this movie. It's about people who work together and a society without trust and how difficult that can be to survive in.
Do you know that that's like a...
I'm supposed to do that. Well, how about I order them afterwards?
No,
is that okay?
that's the blind part of it, is you have to just kind of like, you have to
but
predict.
That's not fair. Well, I don't know what the other ones are. Okay.
Yeah.
Well then shit. All right. Well then I'll give this one to 2. How's that?
Okay.
It's just gonna be like this now.
But this is the next one. It's 12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men is a
You know
film
what, Jim's
that
making the rules today.
largely takes place in a single room, and you'd never think about that. The
Right.
cinematography, the way that the camera moves, the performances, you forget that it's all one room.
All right, this is number 4, so be very cautious with it.
Oh man, fuck you. I'm gonna have to play, oh man. No, I'm so sorry.
Alien 3.
This one, that doesn't count.
Doesn't.
It doesn't count to be on a 5 because apparently the cut that he did was very good. And then they phoned the studio. I blame the studio for this one. It has nothing to do with Uncle Dave. Clearly, he's a very talented filmmaker. He's made 7 masterpieces after that. So I blame that on Warner Brothers and the studio system.
All right, so you can see, Jim, this next movie is going to be number 4, better than Alien 3. It is.
So let's see. So it's a tie. No,
Right.
No, definitely. And actually, I would say that one. There you go.
Wow. Well, there you go.
That one's fine. This is Born to Run. This is Bruce Springsteen's iconic album. It's one of the reasons why my mom left Pittsburgh and moved to New Orleans and changed her life. As anybody who was alive at that time can attest, who heard this album, this has the power to get you to realize the fishbowl that is your youth is very small, and you can break it with music.
You messaged Bruce Springsteen asking if you could use the song in the short.
So for the short, no.
Oh,
for the short, I couldn't get in touch with him.
Oh, okay.
I got in touch with his lawyers. They said it would cost a lot, and nobody had done it before, but he'd seen the clip, he'd seen the short of Thunder Road,
Gotcha.
and they liked it. But he was on tour, and it was very difficult to get in touch with him. And then I wrote an open letter, and I said, hey, I'm trying to get the rights to this thing. I'm not trying to make money off of it. It would be free and online. And then because of the open letter, I think he said, the kid is on a roll and I don't want to slow that down. And then he had allowed us to do it. But yeah, we screened it at Sundance without the rights. And
Yeah.
I thought, oh, we got into Sundance, we may never be able to show it to people. And then we won, and I was like, now we're really never going to be able to show it to people. But then they were very kind. He gets it. He was, had no money and was growing up as an artist and understood what it was like to be me and was very kind. And then when we did the feature, Patty Scalfa, his partner, reached out on Instagram and was like, so we just watched it as a family and loved it. And they're very nice.
Yeah.
Open invitation. They were like, anytime you want to come hang, you can come hang.
No way.
Crazy.
That's amazing. Yeah, because the feature doesn't have the song.
It doesn't.
But you made a workaround around it, working within constraints. I feel like as an indie director is kind of.
We shot it both ways. We shot it with the song for the first 9 takes, and then we broke for lunch, and then we shot it 9 times without the song, and then the last take of me, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And we did it 18 times that day, and I thought, well, this is probably what the guy would look like if he stayed up all night practicing a dance routine.
That's true.
And it just worked. The camera, the sound, everything worked.
This was helpful for you during the filming of Thunder Road. Can you kind of explain how?
Sure. Do you want to explain how, or should I explain?
You got it.
Okay.
I'm sure you.
So this is Inside Out. It is absolutely unbelievable. Watching this film, like The Matrix, watching this film will make young people understand themselves better. And that's very rare. It's difficult to do that. And the fact that it's a kid's movie as well, and spoiler alert, there's a suicide in it. When I was doing the Thunder Road short film and the feature, I would watch a big scene, no spoilers, with Bing Bong in it. And the mastery of that scene with the cart trying to get out of the pit of despair is unbelievable. And I would have it on an iPad with headphones, and I would watch that scene over and over and over again, and then go, great, I'm ready, action, and then run into frame and put on a Southern accent. And that's how I learned how to act. That's the best way that I know how to act.
All your films have a connecting thread. In all of them you monologue, and in all of them you cry. So I have here printed out a monologue from one of my favorite movies, and I'm wondering if you could help me deliver this in a way that will make me cry.
This is real-time directing.
This is real-time directing.
This isn't going to be funny anymore.
No, this is serious, and I'm committed to this.
Okay, don't try to cry. The trick is, according to Dennis Hopper and James Dean, that when you're crying, you're actually trying not to cry.
Right.
And real crying in film shouldn't be something that you're facing the camera for. It should be shameful, where you have to leave the room. So, I'm going to tell you something real quick before you go. Do you have it memorized?
No.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
When Celine died, my dog, she was a Chihuahua Terrier, and it was 2020, and she collapsed in my arms. I was holding her, picking her up to go to the bathroom, and she went flopsy like that, and she peed all down my side. And we had to drive, my wife and I sprinted upstairs, we get into the car, and we're driving to the vet, and there was a protest. And the cops had blocked off the road, and we couldn't make it. And the cops come up, and I'm driving 80 miles an hour with the lights on in the car, this dog that's peeing itself, and my wife is screaming. And they come up, guns drawn, because I'm driving 80 miles an hour.
Right.
And they said, what's going on? I said, my dog is dying. It was the first time I got to say it, because I didn't want to scare my wife.
Yeah.
And we get into the doctors, and my wife had never lost an animal before. And I remember that George Carlin line. He says, whenever you adopt an animal, you adopt a small tragedy. Right. And it's very true.
Drainage. Drainage, Eli, my boy. You boy. Drain dry. I'm so sorry.
No.
Here. If you have a milkshake, and I have a milkshake, and I have a straw, there it is. That's a straw. You see? You watching? And my straw reaches across the room, and it starts to drink your milkshake. I drink your milkshake. Drink it up. Let's see. How was that?
This can never not be funny. This is one of my favorite films. So I got to interview Ruben Östlund in this kind of way for Letterboxd, and I was just a fan. But this movie, I love this poster too. It's a golden hand grenade, and that's what the film feels like. A very expensive thing that is dynamite that's snuck onto a yacht and is blowing everybody up.
It has a specific tone of comedy that I feel like you've adopted a bit, and I've heard a lot in your interviews you talk about this scene is kind of like a Ruben Östlund thing. What is it about his like satirical dark tone that
he's
really
very? It's very awkward. It's very funny. It makes you feel uncomfortable. And then that discomfort is what's funny. It's like Borat. It's like something that is going to make you feel uncomfortable. Actually, when you play it with a crowd of people in a dark room, everybody's laughing uproariously.
You've adopted that satirical dark tone. I feel like it's most prevalent. I guess a lot of people haven't seen the screener, but it's really prevalent in the beta test, which got you in trouble with your own agency at the time.
I did.
You got dropped by your agency before it came out.
The day it came out.
Oh, the day it came out. But you didn't stray away from doing that. You doubled down. You had is now a good time, and then you also had the screener. Is there a reason why it's
screener's worse? The
yeah,
screener
it is.
insane. The screener is brutal. It takes no prisoners.
Poor Jack Quaid.
I fucking hate poor Jack Quaid. Love him to death. I hate people that make movies worse. I really love movies more than anything. And it's amazing, everybody passed on the show. So it's possible that the show never comes out, which is crazy because some of these places have programming, like, look at Welcome to Derry is about Pennywise, a clown, who is a kidnapper and murderer of children. And that's totally fine, but you can't make fun of talent agents.
No.
It's crazy to me.
It's a bit too close to home, maybe.
It's very funny, where it's like, all right, well, then we must be doing something right. You're punching up. That's what Ruben would have done. That's what any of my heroes would have done. And I'm fully independent, so I can be very honest. I am freer than most people in this industry to be able to talk about what's happening. That's the beauty of being independent.
And
What is this? What are you holding?
Perfect segue.
Now I'm worried.
No, because
you keep going into a bag and you pull out something that's terrifying.
No, because when we were at Sundance, you talked about how Reddit it gave you two things. It gave you kind of understanding of what the general audience finds funny, which helps you out in your own projects. But you also, it gives you tough skin.
Yes.
So we're gonna put to test just how tough that skin is. I printed out some negative Letterboxd reviews about your movies.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. What would you think I printed out?
Oh, I had no idea.
Okay.
I was just like, everything else has been a deep dive, so I'm like, you said this on Reddit 8 years ago, and I'm like, what did I say? Okay.
No. These are all negative reviews.
That's fine.
And just...
Because some of these, I hate to say it, if you go through Letterboxd, it's my favorite thing to do. You go through Letterboxd, and you click on the user, and then you see one of their movies is the favorite movies, one of the terrible movies, and you go, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God, they're an idiot.
Yeah, Matt Johnson did the same thing with his Letterboxd thing. He'd go and roast their top fours. He'd be like, never mind. He'd be like,
it's like, okay, you gotta take it with a grain of salt.
Here's the top 4.
And it's fine. Everybody should be able to, it's possible people don't like your stuff. That's what happens. This is Wolf of Snow Hollow. It's a 2-star review. It's like if Fargo and Teen Wolf had a kid, but the kid ate crayons whole straight out of the box. It's funny. So that's a problem with Letterboxd reviews that I've noticed sometimes. It's a hot take, but it might not have anything to do with the movie, and that's kind of what gets celebrated on the platform. So it's like, you could say, The Wolf of Snow Hollow, people think this is deep. A swimming pool is deep if you haven't swum in the ocean.
That's what I said about the Joker.
Yeah, and it's like, well, that's a cute thing to say, but it does nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, Thunder Road, 1.5 stars, world's most boring man monologues for 1.5 hours. I think that Jim Arnott is pretty interesting. I like watching him. He's like a guy on the edge, so I wouldn't say that, but
I'd attend a funeral if he was showing up.
Oh my God, my mom says that we have to play this short at hers in real life. The Wolf of Snow Hollow, 2 stars. This is another driving force for me to get back into writing. I'm fairly confident, despite my rustiness, that I could develop characters with appropriate dialogue far better than what's displayed here. I'll try and prove it in the future. I cannot wait to see what that movie is.
That's a deep cut.
Is that your review?
No, that's not my review, but that is kind of similar to when you were working at College Humor. That's kind of a little bit about how you were like...
This sentiment will get you off the couch to make something. If you see something that's absolutely garbage, and you're like, all right, fuck it, what's the worst that can happen? I'm gonna do it. Great, that's awesome. I'm glad that I was able to inspire people to make stuff because they hated my shit.
Why do you think I'm doing this?
Why do you think any of us are doing this? We're angry that the stuff that's getting celebrated is terrible. The beta test, 2 stars. Eyes Wide Shut for Redditors. That's a fucking great review.
I would say that sounds good.
That's a fucking great review. It's only 2 stars, but I'll take that. I would love that. I'll print that out.
You can keep that. That's all yours.
All right. 1 star for the beta test. Jim Cummings is the kind of performer who, while very handsome, seems like he'd be more at home in a basement stage doing improv in front of 15 people who feel like they have to be there. So I'm holding 15 people hostage
in a basement. I really enjoy how they preface it with, although very handsome.
Although very handsome.
Just to soften the blow.
Peter DeBruge, who is now the fucking head of South by Southwest because of a coup d'etat, reviewed The Wolf of Snow Hollow saying, Jim has a strong jawline and he's handsome. And then he hated the movie. Absolutely ripped it. But for the pull quote, I just said very handsome. Variety. Variety magazine.
Put that on the poster.
Jim Cummings says he's handsome. Okay, cool.
That's the last one.
Thunder Road, 1.5 star. Jim Cummins Pants. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm glad you printed that out.
Did you get that a lot growing up?
In New Orleans, as a young boy, surrounded by other boys?
Surely not.
Absolutely not. You kidding me? Having a funny last name? No. Columbus.
Right. Yeah, let's talk about this one because there was an interesting case study behind this that kind of became the future of indie distribution, if you want to talk a little bit more about that.
This is a film by Kogonada, who is a pen pal and a really wonderful filmmaker. And this film was made for, I think, $650,000, and then they applied for the Sundance Creative Distribution Fellowship, which was a grant for $100,000, and they made that back in the first year, I want to say, of it coming out. So it was a huge success for an independent film, and really set the bar of what is possible for creators to be able to get their own work out without being screwed over by distributors.
How do you think the internet, like social media, TikTok, Instagram, how do you think that's kind of helped with independent distribution, democratizing it in a way?
I think it's everything.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was coming up, when I was
Are we on the way to
starting out.
returns?
Are you trying to return?
Yeah, I'm trying to return.
Go for it. Go for it.
Feel
Interrupt
free.
it. This is fun.
This is all part of it. No, you're good.
What did you rent? Anything good?
Oh, so many good things. Obiova, End of Civilization, Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter,
Okay.
Whoa.
Mothra,
Mothra.
Strangers with Candy.
Stranger's Candy. It's a good one. Jerry Blank.
Yeah.
It's a good one. She's a pet chicken named Suki, and that's why my aunt's nickname is Suki from the show. True story. Thank you.
Have a good day.
I think using the internet is everything. I remember when I was starting out, you couldn't be a celebrity if you had a lot of followers on Instagram. It was like, oh no, that's non-overlapping area that doesn't count as real fame. You have to go through the agency world or through casting directors or something like that. And then now it's all about how many followers you have on Instagram.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
if
some
you
people are
can-
getting casted only by
Absolutely.
that.
And if you look at the varieties, like top 20 picks or people to look out for every year, more and more it's TikTokers. It's
Right.
just people who are doing, acting on the internet. And that's it. It's like, it's a showcase of who you are. And if you win that crowd, like you are right now, they have to pay you to do the stuff that you want to do in order to reach that crowd. There are filmmakers right now who are working who were just famous on the internet. Look at fucking Donald Glover. He was in development for Atlanta with FX for years, and then he won the Grammy, and then the head of FX said, don't we have a show with this kid? We should greenlight it.
Yeah, yeah.
That had nothing to do with the quality of the scripts. It was because he got famous outside of it. Same with Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky got 100 million views for Save That Money, and then got a deal doing Dave.
You worked on the music video.
I did. I was the producer of that film. I'm very proud of that music video.
It's great.
Thank you.
More recently too, I feel like Hollywood is starting to take more chances on directors who are coming from like non-traditional ways up in Hollywood. So like Curry Barker.
Curry Barker's a buddy of mine.
Oh yeah, he's incredible. I saw Obsession at South by.
He got famous on the internet.
Yeah, he did all the shorts. I was in one of his. I was an extra in one of
No
his.
way.
One of his skits.
I keep bullying him and Cooper. I was like, put me in something humiliating. Do something where my
Yeah.
pants fall down. I'll do it. Whatever you guys want to do.
Do you ever worry about the future of film, especially like how
day.
often? Yeah.
If the whole thing collapsed, Hayao Miyazaki said this. He was like, I hope that all of this stuff collapses and the trees take over and Japan will be poorer, but at least it'll all be fair. And it's like, that's how I feel about Hollywood. It's like if AI comes along and there's a filmmaker in Ohio that can make something before a Captain America movie comes out that's a parody of Captain America that still fits inside of the First Amendment, that's a better movie than that movie, and it comes out months in advance, why would anybody go and see the super expensive one?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's going to be great for the Davids of the world and terrible for the Goliaths. And that's fine. I'm a David.
When we spoke at Sundance, you
Yeah.
mentioned this movie being kind of like seminal to the creation of The Screener, your newest project, because of how this movie leaked.
Yeah.
Talk more about that.
So this is a film by Quentin Tarantino. He sent the script to 3 people and it leaked, and then he said, I'm not going to do it. And then he had a table read of it on stage somewhere and then said, it's really good, I think I'll do it. And then a DVD of this film leaked from a company called Alcon Entertainment. You'd recognize the logo. And the FBI came in. We did a whole interview about this at Sundance. But I found that to be very interesting about the power dynamics in an office place where something big happens like this. Like the Avatar movie just leaked because a hacker got onto one of their screener platforms, snuck on through a security breach and got in and then leaked the full movie, an $80 million movie for Paramount Plus. And I'm just interested in how that day at work is, what happens when people show up and it's like, what a loss because of this stupid thing that we didn't protect, this $80 million property that we could have protected. It was an oversight. It's a terrible thing. It happens a lot. But I just find that to be very interesting. That's where the rubber meets the road in comedy and drama, of people finally admitting that they fucked up and that there is accountability. I find that to be very funny and interesting.
Going back to Sundance a bit, so we talked about the screener at Sundance. I saw the screener at Sundance. How was it for you, like, coming back and having a project at Sundance the last year in Park City? 10 years after you won the prize.
To the date.
Yeah. Oh, to the date, right. Yeah.
Crazy. It was very good. It was neat to close it out. I was very sad because it's like, so many people have an emotional relationship with that city, and programmers and people have loved that place since the 80s, 90s. It's a shitty feeling. But nothing's going to change. If the programming doesn't change, if they don't have turnover in the programming team, they do such a good job. It's exactly who you would want making those decisions. And I'm not just saying that because they invited me to show my thing. Yeah. Their whole system, checks and balances, is better than any system that I know of in the festival circuit.
So we only got to see the first 3 episodes of the screener at Sundance. And we spoke a bit on the phone about like where it is now. You mentioned it a bit at the beginning, but do you want to kind of give us like an update, like people who are looking forward to this, like what's...
I wish I had better answers. We had in-person screenings for Netflix licensing, HBO, IFC, AMC, FX, and Mubi, and all of them said, thanks so much for showing it off, and we'll catch you on the next one. And for me, it's like, I don't know if there's going to be a next one. There's a lot of work that goes into this. It's 3 years of me spending my own money to do the thing. I haven't made a dime doing it. And to have them say it's not worth $1 is like, well, then why the fuck would I come to you for my next project?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Not even a single dollar.
It's amazing. The show is
I'm so proud of it. Thank you. I'm so proud of it. It gets better. 4 and 5 are even better. But it's so dehumanizing and very sad. So I've spent the last month being very sad and learning how I am when I'm very sad. And that's a good thing to have for every person, to learn how they are.
Sorry if this made it worse.
When they're sad. No, it didn't. It's great. I'm able to talk about it. It's better than me being alone. And so I'm going to edit it into a feature, I think, and then self-distribute and hope people support us. I think that they will. It's a very populist story. It's a very pro-people and pro-artist, pro-cinema story. But it sucks that, I don't know what I was thinking. I make a show making fun of these people, and they invited these people to their weddings. So it's like, I'm not going to fucking get any money from an executive at one of these places because it's too uncomfortable for them to make fun of, to roast the people that they have to work with. Or the people that they aspire to be.
We'll hope to see it. Hopefully the feature works out. And we're kind of at the end of our thing, so we're going to end the episode with a question.
Okay.
And that is, if you had one movie that you could recommend to everybody that they see at least one time in their life before they die, what would that movie be?
I mean, Thunder Road is pretty good. I'm joking.
The short or the feature?
I'm joking. Everybody's already seen that. This one.
Yeah. I picked this out before I even asked you this question because I saw a video of you introducing the movie and talking about the significance of the title.
Yeah.
And it brought you to tears. I was like, wow, this movie is
absolutely unbelievable.
Powerful, yeah.
It's unbelievable. This is a film from 1954, set 500 years in the past from that time period. And it's about everything. It's about how people should respond when bad stuff happens around them. And watching this film, I do think, will make you a better person. And if you get it, it's very humanist. It's very funny and beautiful and scary. It's a war movie. It's very much like Lord of the Rings. People on horseback with swords and stuff. So there's a lot of fun action stuff in it. There are some really wonderful archetypes and characters in this that I think if you put this on the gold disc and sent it into space and said, this was us, this was humanity. If there were any film, it would be this one. It's number 1, or I guess it's number 2 in the Criterion Collection. But I think it was one of the first films that they sought out because it's the movie. It is absolutely unbelievable. And the title comes from Seven Samurai. One of them has faked their samurai credentials to Shimafune's character. And at the end, he does this incredibly beautiful thing. I'm not spoiling it. It came out in 1954. Yeah. He saves the village, the women and children, and dies, gets shot. He's shot in the fucking 5th century. Japan's rare to catch a bullet in those time periods, but he did, and dies sacrificing himself to save the women and children. And they still call the film Seven Samurai.
It gets you every time.
It's so
good. No, but that's
good.
beautiful. That really is.
The title of the film is the filmmaker saying that you count, that the little man who doesn't have the credentials still counts as a samurai. It's fucking unbelievable. That even in the title, that he's having a conversation with the audience saying, you are important, you have value. It's a masterpiece. It's unbelievable.
Amazing. That's the end of the gauntlet.
Woof.
For you. I hope that was enjoyable, and we didn't grill you too hard.
No, you did great.
Anything.
You did great.
All right, everybody, thank you.
He's great.
Jim Cummings.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. The first, number 1. Thank you.
Some big boots to fill. Whoever's coming next.